Jim Schuster, one of the first attorneys in Michigan to practice in the specialty area of elder law, has devoted virtually all of his law practice to taking care of people like yourselves and their loved ones.
My father-in-law had been suffering from dementia for several years. My mother-in-law was his primary caregiver, and it got to the point that she could not take care of him any longer, so we had to make the decision to have him placed into a nursing home.
I felt like I was going to die. I was so guilt-ridden. It was just the worst thing I have ever gone through, because I felt like I should be able to take care of him. He was my loved one, and I've known him all my life and married so very many years, and I felt like I was really letting him down.
Are you considering placing a family member in a Michigan nursing home? Are you concerned about the quality of care and your family's financial security? You should be. Jim Schuster, currently one of only 7 certified elder law attorneys in the entire state of Michigan, knows the ins and outs of the Michigan nursing home Medicaid system. He can help you save up to 100% of your assets, and just as importantly, still assure you or your loved one will get the best care.
We know that as a spouse or as a child patient advocate, you are first concerned about the quality of care for the patient, and only secondly about your financial needs. Let us assure you that we can help you achieve both goals.
My dad was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and my mom wanted him to stay, and he had radioactive seeds put in, but that didn't work very well, and he got pretty bad, and then Alzheimer's set in too, and my mom just couldn't care for him anymore.
My husband took ill in 1999, and I took care of him until it got too difficult.
In March of 2003, my mother suffered a severe stroke. It became obvious that she was going to need long-term care, and we talked to several lawyers, none of them who could help us. My mother had been my father's caregiver. He was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. He attempted to live with my sister, it didn't work out. It became apparent he had to go to the nursing home also.
My husband has dementia. He went into assisted living. He got worse, so it required a nursing facility. But I was at the point where I didn't know what to believe, So I just had to trust God and let go.
I would say our practice deals with some of the hardest issues in life. Oftentimes a spouse of some 50 years has to recognize that their husband or wife has Alzheimer's. Children have to recognize that their parents are no longer there, going to be the parents for them. They now have to be the parent's caregiver or assistant.
The family must provide increasingly complex and expensive care that often ends in a nursing home.
Well, when a family considers a nursing home, there's just a world of misinformation that they come with, things that they hear from friends, things that they read in national magazines, things that they just always believe, many of which are simply untrue, and some, unfortunately, are well-founded.
My mother-in-law had been taking care of all the monthly bills for many years, and when the nursing home bills and the medical bills started rolling in, it was very overwhelming to her. She didn't know how to handle it. The Medicaid laws were so difficult to understand. We had to turn to someone, and at that point, we looked to Jim Schuster's office.
Because the focus is the care of my mother, I was overwhelmed at the thought of all of what had to be done to place her, and it was frightening and very overwhelming.
The not knowing, how they would actually take care of my husband. And then some of them opening the door and the smell, and some we just opened the door and had the smell and just closed the door and left.
I was at my wit's end because I am not in the best of health myself. I am on disability.
If there's one thing I could say to someone who went through what I went through 2 years ago, after you get through the pain and you realize your parent's going to be in a nursing home, talk to someone who knows the law, and Jim definitely knows the law.
As one of the first attorneys to practice in this area of elder law, I find that it's almost a mission to get the word out to people that there is help, that we can help them through, and that will turn out all right.
I would advise someone who is just getting into the front end of this legal roller coaster to seek help immediately. You need someone who is well-versed in elder law, and the sooner you get that help, the better off the entire family is going to be.
Whether it's Jim Schuster or not, a family facing a crisis such as I have experienced should seek out help from a legal perspective that will provide them the kind of reassurance for the overwhelming thought of dealing with an aged parent.
You wouldn't want to hire an aluminum siding man to work on your car. So I wouldn't want to hire an accountant or somebody else to do my dad or my mom's elder care work. I'd hire an elder care attorney. That's what I needed.
Since Jim took over, I have had really peace of mind, put it that way, because he took the worry out of my situations.
On a personal note, I always felt that Jim had my parents' best interests at heart and that we were kind of in this together, working it through.
I just felt complete confidence in him. I felt like I had someone that was advising me. I just think he's a wonderful man.
I would say thank God for James Schuster and his professional staff.
It's humbling to sit here today and listen to testimony after testimony of our clients telling us how we have empowered them to be the patient advocate for their loved one in a nursing home. We want to do that for you.
I knew what needed to be done, I just didn't know the exact approach to take. I looked to Jim Schuster's office for direction, and that's exactly what he gave to us.
Now my parents are getting very good care, and we really feel like we have Jim Schuster to thank for it.
Allow Jim Schuster, certified elder law attorney, to do all the work, protect hard-earned life savings, and help you or your loved one get the best care. Come out to Jim's historic log cabin, go over your situation with him personally, and plan a course of action. Let Jim devise an asset protection strategy. He'll handle the entire nursing home Medicaid application process. Most importantly, Jim enables peace of mind. Jim Schuster, 24330 Losser, Southfield, Michigan. Phone 248-356-3500. Email jim@jimschuster.com. Visit our website, jimschuster.com. Jim Schuster, certified elder law attorney. Enabling peace of mind.